Good morning, everyone, and welcome to COL Conversations. I'm your host, Marvin Fausto, President of COL Investment Management. In this morning's conversation, we are happy to have DITO's top executives to talk about the latest development on the company that is poised to be the challenger of the two telcos. We will talk about their rollout plans and their outlook and how they will challenge this industry. Joining us today to give a view of the company, let me introduce our guests. DITO is led by Mr. Eric Alberto, President. Eric is a senior executive and seasoned executive with 4 decades of extensive experience in telecoms and banking. Before DITO, Eric held top management positions in PLDT as its Chief Revenue Officer and Executive Vice President, both for PLDT and Smart, as well as President and CEO of ePLDT Incorporated. He is joined by Mr. Joseph Ong, Chief Financial Officer. Jojo held various executive positions and board directorships within the Udena group of companies, including CFO of Phoenix Petroleum Philippines and Vice President for Corporate Planning for Udena Corp. Prior to joining the Udena Group, he spent almost 10 years at Pacific Internet, with his last position as Executive Vice President for Operations and their Chief Finance Officer. Later in the Q&A, we will also bring in the other executives, but let me introduce Mr. Donald Lim, their Chief Operating Officer. Donald is one of the pioneers of digital marketing in the Philippines, and he was responsible for the growth of ABS-CBN Digital. He will be doing the presentation for DITO later. And last but not the least, we have Ms. Nerissa Ramos, Chief Strategy Officer, who will be joining us also in the panel later for any questions that you may have as well. Nerissa is a veteran IT and telecoms business executive with over 30 years of experience across a various array of business domains. Prior to joining Udena Group, Nerissa was Group Chief Operating Officer and Director of ePLDT Incorporated. So without further ado, let me invite Mr. Donald Lim, who will be doing the presentation. Let us all welcome him. Donald?
Thank you, Marvin. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having us. Allow me first, I'm sure I've seen already the questions coming out in the chat group, but I hope you indulge me first, in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this morning, to share with you what DITO CME is. So formerly, we are ISM Communications. I'll just have 2 very simple things in our agenda in my presentation. First is the overview of DITO CME, who we are. Right, and second is would be our competitive strengths. The first, I'll tackle who and what we are, and the second would be why you should consider us as one of your investments. So just quickly, an overview of DITO CME Holdings. So we're led by our chairman and CEO, Dennis Uy, and as we were introduced already earlier, our president is Eric Alberto, our strategy officer, chief strategy officer is Nerissa, our CFO is Jojo. Leo Venezuela is our investor relations officer, and yours truly is the COO of the company. As the Philippines and the world globally have gone into a digital transformation initiative and process, especially brought down by the pandemic, DITO CME, we imagine a digital future with purposeful innovations. For the past 20 years, we've seen how many companies have attempted to go into the digital bandwagon to start digital businesses, and many have failed, some succeeded, and some are just coasting along. We felt that we need to help drive, and it's our goal, given our experience, to really drive what we call purposeful innovations. That is why our vision for our company is to empower and enable the digital lifestyle of every Filipino. So we do not envision to create a lot of digital products or anything. It's really how do we really make people's lives easier and better. And that is why we created this mission, is to very simply to connect people to people, transform legacy tools and practices to digital, making human transactions simpler, faster, and easier, enabled by best-in-class technology. And of course, how we will execute this is anchored on our values of human-centered innovation, inclusive growth, executional excellence, integrity, and respect. If you look at our corporate structure, DITO CME, our parent, of course, is the Udena Corporation. It is 79.80% owned by Udena, 20.02% is floated in the public, and the directors and officers own 0.18% of DITO CME. Now, DITO CME, it's what I call kids, owns Udena CME, which is owns 90% of Udena CME, which in turn owns 60% of DITO Telecommunity. Also, DITO CME has what we call DITO CME Ventures. It owns 100% of DITO CME Ventures, and for this year, we have invested in 3 business units. One is Luna Academy, second is Global Acuity, and third is Unalytics. So that is DITO CME in a nutshell from a legal perspective and from a financial perspective. And I'll go through each of the 4 business units very quickly. As you can see, DITO, of course, this is our flagship company. It's the newest player in the Philippine telco market and the only telco company with 100% 4G and 5G network. You will see here a quick history where in July 2019, we were granted the Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity by the NTC. And after that, in 2020, we started constructing our towers. In January of 2021, we conducted the NTC conducted its first technical audit to assess our readiness and capacity. And a month after, we passed our first technical audit with a reach of 37% and a broadband speed of 85 Mbps for 4G and 500 Mbps for 5G. We started commercial operations, we're not even 1 year, March 2021, and by May, we secured another 25-year franchise to 2048. In July of 2021, the NTC conducted its second technical audit, which we passed in September 2021, with a reach now of 52%, an average broadband speed of 89.1 Mbps and 854 Mbps for 5G. What have we done since the first 10 months since we were operating? We have already penetrated more than 500 cities and municipalities. We have more than 5 million mobile subscribers. I think that's a record on its own. In less than a year, reaching 5 million. We have more than 4,000 cell towers and over 4,000 under construction. We have laid down 22,000 plus kilometers of fiber optic cables, and we're reaching 42,000 sales channels. So as you can see, we've been working very hard to serve, especially during the time of Typhoon Odette. We were very happy that a lot of our countrymen, especially down in Cebu and in Visayas and Mindanao, actually have access of our telco signal. So that's DITO Tel in a nutshell. The second company I'll share with you is Luna Academy. Luna Academy is envisioned to be the local Coursera. So if you're familiar with MOOC, so these are massive open online classrooms and courses. The intent of Luna Academy is to prime and help the Filipinos to either upskill themselves or to get a better job. So it hosts world-class online courses and industry programs. It has a blended learning experience through an integrated platform. And with our partnership with JobStreet, we immediately get access to more than 9 million JobStreet users who are looking for a job. And because of that partnership, we will be open. We're ready to offer all of these courses to JobStreet partners. And of course, very quickly, we offer digital credentials, which means any courses that you finish in Luna can be linked to your LinkedIn. And our courses are all certified and all with reputable industry partners. So currently, we have more than 400 courses that are offered. Our partnership with Microsoft, Amazon, Alibaba, at the same time, CDM, Certified Digital Marketer. We also have leadership courses. We also have, for example, culinary courses by our sister company, Enderan. All of these are now loaded in Luna Academy for all of you to try out, and get additional skills, especially during the time when most of us are just at home. So 5,000 hours of quality courses with more than 100 online industry and certification programs. We have more than 50 industry, government, and education partners. One of the first contracts we signed was actually with IIEE, which is the Institute of Electrical Engineers. As we all know that most electrical engineers need to certify, they need to earn points to get recertified, and the courses are now loaded also in Luna Academy. So you can earn your certification points here inside the platform. Out of almost 200,000 who have visited our site, 3,000 are now currently registered and finishing their courses. So that's Luna Academy. Second is Acuity Global. This is our marketing, communications, and media solutions arm. So Acuity Global has two components. One is that we aggregate all of our out-of-home suppliers and friends from the media. Most of them would have access and are offering out-of-home signages. So what do I mean by that? So be it the spectacular, what we call spectacular massive billboards along EDSA, or the LED screens in NLEX, SLEX, all the way down to the wet market and jeepney tops advertising, we have access to more than 10,000 out-of-home inventories that now we are offering and selling to our brands and partners. Second is that we realized that being part of the Udena group of companies, we also have access to retail spaces. So Phoenix, Family Mart, Chelsea Logistics, our shipping lines are also advertising spaces. So we are also using all of these available spaces, and we are also selling that to the public. So these are the partners of Acuity, the biggest names in the out-of-home industry. At the same time, we have also partnered with also the biggest names in digital. So we are, for example, an accredited agency for TikTok, and of course with Google, Facebook, and among many others. The third, the last company is actually Unalytics. No? It's our company's managed analytics hubs that enable enterprises to harness their data and provide real business values in the areas of compliance, advanced, and conversational analytics. Our offering is really this our enterprise solution, because we believe that we also have to help companies drive digital transformation. And if they don't know what to do next, we can offer these solutions. So we offer compliance as service. This is more for banking, finance, insurance companies who need to look at potential compliance and their risk exposure. Conversational analytics means we need to, as you know, the Philippines is a very social media country. We help companies manage their social media to use as a conversational, as a communication platform to discuss with their clients, and to interact with their clients using artificial intelligence. And then results as service and data as service means we use the data of the company to help them generate more sales. And results as service means we actually do, for companies who cannot invest heavy capex on technology, we actually go in and work with them, and we do revenue sharing as a result. Then Unalytics Hub is the synergy of all of these offerings that we offer to small and medium enterprises. How are we able to do this? We are partnered with the biggest in the global space, SAS, Unscramble, LivePerson, Striker Tech. These four companies, we've worked very hard to have this partnership with them in 2021, and we're very happy we're happy to say that we're now partnered with them, and now we're offering all of these solutions to the Philippine business community. I've shared with you what DITO is, and let me share with you now why. Let me show you what I call the competitive strengths of DITO. So there are 6, then allow me to go through each one by one instead. First is that we are well positioned to benefit from the country's robust industry dynamics. We've seen that regardless of the ups and downs of course in our economy, we have remained to be a sustainable economy, poised to become one of the top 20 economies by year 2040. We're the second most populous country in Southeast Asia, almost 110 million population, with a median age of 25 years old, and we're very internet savvy. Second is that we provide diverse and digitally focused solutions and innovations. As you have seen in the companies that we've been working on for the past year, we made very strategic investments and decisions in the space of education, telco, media communications, e-commerce, data hub, and data analytics. We have a thorough understanding. We believe we have a thorough understanding of what our market wants, and we are there to offer it to them. Third is our interest in DITO telecommunity. So DITO CME is beyond beyond DITO. Well, DITO CME is beyond DITO Tel, but of course, again, because this is our biggest business, no, we're very proud of our partnership with China Tel. We have 100% 4G 5G network with no legacy assets. Our partnership with China Tel, and we are the only telco that is subjected to seasonal audits to ensure good performance. Fourth is that we maintain an extensive network of third-party suppliers and strategic partnerships with well-known accredited institutions. So here you will see that on top of DITO Tel, we partnered with China Tel. For Luna, we partnered with all of these companies, no? And then Unalytics, Acuity Global. The past year has been strengthening our group. And as you can see, these companies are big companies, recognized companies in their fields, and they have partnered with us so that we can offer the best solutions to our customers. Fifth is we're part of the Udena Group's ecosystem. So we do not work alone. We're very proud of being part of Udena, where we're aligned with, for example, of course, our biggest company within the Udena Group is Phoenix. It's now the third player, no, in the oil and gas market. We have our logistics line, no, our shipping line, Chelsea. Endron is our university. Conti's, Wendy's, Family Mart, Posible. These are our retail outlets, among many others. And we're very happy to say that we leverage on each other's key strengths. In fact, most of our offerings, whether it's Luna or even Acuity or Unalytics, our very first customers are the companies within. And as we develop success cases, we are now offering all of the services that these companies are offering to also outside businesses. And finally, our management team has one of them I would think has the most extensive experience in the IT, telco, and the digital sectors. So combined, we have more than 200 years of expertise in this space. And again, we have very recognized and seasoned individuals who is running DITO CME. So having said that, let me just quickly summarize. This morning, I've shared with you DITO CME. Again, it's beyond the telco, but of course, telco is the biggest, DITO Tel, and we have started to gain inroads and started investing in companies like Luna, Unalytics, and Acuity Global. Why are we here? Of course, we want to work for the Filipinos, for the Philippines, and we have all of these competitive strengths that we believe can really catapult us to become the organization of the future. So with that, I would like to end my presentation. I'm sure you're all excited for your Q&A. Thank you very much.